Well, you end up getting your contract renewed at AEW. And it's considered one of the most lucrative deals in history.
Yes.
Can you say how much it was?
Nope.
Okay.
Got to speculate.
Speculate.
Figure out what my value is.
Okay. Is it 8 figures, 9 figures, 7 figures?
It's up there.
It's up there.
It's up there. It's competing.
Okay. Now, leading up to that deal, WWE reached out to you?
They reached out to my attorney, because I don't really have too much direct contact when it comes to that discussion.
Okay.
But they questioned so when I signed the contract, there's a worked one and then there's a shoot one. I signed the worked one at Wembley right before me and Bryan Danielson main evented, and Tony decided to do it in the Queen's box at Wembley where the Queen watches the games and stuff. And he's like, this means something to me because it's one of the most proudest moments of my career, because him and his dad own the Fulham soccer team over there. And he was like, this is crazy because this is where we won our playoff game. And we were right here. I cried with my dad and stuff right here in this box watching this. And now you're the one signing this contract here. And so this means something to me, as I wanted it to mean something as big to you. So it was like, we filmed that, did that one. And then they put that out there in social media and announced it on the pre-show of Wembley. And they were like, apparently I get a text from my representation. He was like, apparently they reached out and they were like, asked if that was a real re-signing. They're like, is that real? And then I think it was a couple of days later, there's a report that went out that's saying oh, I was paid above market value to consider, because there was a couple of people that were on re-sign. They were supposed to be re-signed or on a contract thing with AEW, and we all got re-signed, but they were like, oh, above market value. And I was like, well, who are you to decide the market?
Right. I mean, according to the internet, it's a 7-figure deal.
Internet likes me.
Yeah.
They're generous.
Well, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
How does it feel to go from doing $25 shows in Walmart parking lots and borrowing money for groceries to signing one of the biggest deals in wrestling?
Validated. There's still so much more work to do, in my opinion. When we go back to that list of the me number 2 and Cody number 1, I think the more bigger story behind that is I'm the highest ranked black wrestler in 20 years to be ranked that high since The Rock.
Huh.
So on that list, and it's that's a list that goes back to the 70s.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the highest ranked one, and that's a testament to not cutting corners, not doing that political thing where once again has the business has changed, trying to hold on to a spot and not spread the wealth around the locker room and the roster and stuff like that. Not trying to do that. I was always about I feel like my biggest gift in wrestling that I learned that what generated that value to me, and I'll say it 100%, is just my ability to bring people up to another level, or bring something out of them that nobody ever seen they had. I feel like that's always been my biggest gift, even in with I'd say music and doing things like that in sports. I've always been a really good team player. And one of the biggest things I learned, I was told by Paul White, who's the Big Show, when he was here in AEW. We were sitting at catering. It was me, him, Billy Gunn, a lot of the older guys. And I was just listening to him, just whole court, a small little group at catering. And he was just one of the things that why Cena is where he's at is because he's the only person I've ever seen give Vince exactly what he wants. And that's why he always had that position. He was always at the World Championship. He had 15, 16 title reigns now, possibly going for 17 now, because he always gave Vince what he wants. And he always came to the back after whatever he did, and Vince would always just be he was everything good? Everything? He's yep. He'd give him the thumbs up, and they would have talks, and they would just keep going, and he would do it again the next week. He was the only guy he's ever seen, and like Big Show's been around for like 30 years, that gave Vince exactly what he wants. So I was like, and that always like stuck in my brain a little bit. So before every match and after every match or segment or promo I do, I go to Tony. I'm like, what are you looking for in this? What do you need? And I'm like, I can do my best to get you exactly what you need. And I come through the back and I'm like, everything fine? Anything else you need? What could have been better? What do you like? I'll do better next time. And it was the way of like, that's how I built my relationship and the trust with Tony, because Tony knew I wasn't looking out for myself anymore. He knew I was looking out for the best of the product, and he knew I was looking out for the best of like the safety of who I'm in the ring with or whatever. I wasn't trying to go into business for myself or screw over the next match or screw over another talent or like, he trusted me with a lot. So therefore I end up in return getting a lot. That's where the value and the price of the contract went up, because he knows he can trust me with that kind of money to not go out here and say bad things on social media when I'm pissed off or go on and shoot interviews. That's why he trusts me with you. Ask me questions about WWE. Yeah, I'll say what I want, but I'm going to be truthful. And you ask me questions about AEW. Like, yeah, I'm going to say what I want and be truthful, but he trusts me with that. There's not a lot of people he trusts in these rooms and these cameras to discuss like that.